started in lockdown because we were both deprived of our bands. And I think we're both going bonkers, just not being able to connect with another human or another musician. And I contacted Jay and said, do you want to just jam once a week? Literally, it was just to dust the instruments down, no intention of being a band. And then we met once a week, and eventually one or two pieces started being composed. And we thought, actually, we could perform this.
They're all original compositions.
There's only two of us, and we're trying to produce harmony. Neither of us play harmony on our instruments. So that was the seed of all the pedals. How on earth do you make two people sound like a band without getting other people in? So we just wanted to rely on us too. And the money goes further. So pedals, we both had loopers, yeah. So just messing around in rehearsals, thought, oh, we can create player number 3, player number 4. Maybe we've got a set here.
Every show is different. We build it all live in front of the audience, layer by layer, loop by loop.
There are no backing tracks. We can tell people that everything they're hearing has been produced in front of them live. Yeah. That's our selling point.
There's no safety net.
And yes, we write all the music, but I'm likely to sneak in one line of The Simpsons at some point, and one of the tunes has a bit of Eleanor Rigby in there, and one tune has a slightly longer reference to my favourite things, because John Coltrane did it, and I thought, it's a nod. A lot of it's a nod to music that already exists. And I think we're just trying to connect everything. Because we played in a lot of other bands, it's almost like everything we've ever done is bubbling up in this project. And everything seems to be fair game, and the game is to try and fit it all together.
Percussion lines using triggers that I stick to my double bass. They're actually field mics that were designed by this amazing guy called Jez Riley French, and he supplies all of David Attenborough's field mics for recording the nature programs.
And you keep getting through them, you keep destroying them.
Yeah.
So you keep having to reorder. He must think that you've got some very aggressive wildlife that you're filming. We realised that maybe just saxophone for an entire 2 sets would get a bit much, even for saxophone-loving audience members. And we started adding textures, and then the pedals meant that I could produce choral effects. I could actually have layers of choir behind, and then pick up an instrument and play it over my own voice. I can just layer up as many harmonies as I want, move on, pick up a saxophone, maybe get rid of the vocal harmonies, harmonise the saxophone, come back and sing the vocals over the top. So it's a sort of relay race of different effects. But it's just the voice as another texture linking in with flutes and saxophone and the bow. Over the years, I've picked up various techniques. I like teaching myself strange techniques. So one is Mongolian overtone singing. I'm not a Mongolian. I can fake it reasonably well. So one or two of the textures that we set are harmonics of my voice.
After the gigs, people always come up and say, oh, thanks, that was great. I had these images in my mind. And talk about pictures rather than sounds. So they say, I was in this forest, or I was walking down a rainy street in a city. And it's almost like we're sort of painting with sound.
Soundtracks for films that haven't been made yet. I think that's what we're doing.
That's a good strapline.
I may have just come up with what we do. There's a shop in Stamford called Harrison & Dunn. It's a hardware shop. And they don't realise that they're the best music shop in town because they sell plumbing tubes and connectors. And I realised that I could make bespoke flutes, and I've actually made a bass clarinet, and they cost about £5 to make these, and it just seems to tickle people. It still tickles me, and I know it's coming up in the set, and I look forward to that one because it stops things being too highbrow. Jay came up with his Adventures in Sound. It kind of liberated me. I thought, well, we don't have to go anywhere. We just enjoy the journey, enjoy the moment. And maybe that's why this is so exciting.
I think we're just getting started.